mataron muchas cosas. El hogar, la familia. Y todos los días mueren más simios. ¡Simios! ¡Juntos! ¡Fuertes!
You know, for me, it's all about following the performances of the actors, the characters, making sure that the story really, for me, the fun thing about the Planet of the Apes series has been this sense of extending your sympathies and your empathy to the point of view of an ape, right? We become the apes in watching the movie, and in order to make the movie, it's necessary for me to have a level of empathy and understanding for all of the characters, including the humans. You know, like, it was important for me to feel like we weren't just coming up with an easy, dismissible motive for Woody Harrelson for why he was drawn to the extreme actions that he was. It was because he was living in extreme circumstances, and so you're meant to have empathy for him in a way too, though you want to think that you wouldn't do the things that he did. They are still actions that you have to question yourself about, because you think, you know what, if the very existence of my species, of my kind, of the future of my family, if everything depended on what we did in this moment, then you might do some pretty extreme things. So I think for me, it's about having empathy for all of the characters and then working through it with all of the actors in order to depict it in the most honest way. No, it wasn't that. For me, I've always felt from the beginning that the character I related to most in all of the films is Caesar. You know, you become his character, and I thought that was the magic of Rise, was that it was the first time when I watched that movie that I'd had that level of emotional identification with a CG character. And I thought, wow, this motion capture technology has now reached the point where they can faithfully sort of translate a performance that an actor's giving in such a way that you actually feel what that actor's doing, and that was a huge leap forward, I think. And the technology has only gotten better and better, and the artistry, that the artists who translate that, because it's not an easy thing, that has only gotten better. Their expertise at that has only gotten better. So it's not about having lost faith in the human race. It's actually, for me, the apes are us. We're looking at us. The whole idea, we're apes, right? We're animals. And the idea of telling a story about the Planet of the Apes is an opportunity, even though it's a summer movie, to hold a mirror up to ourselves and look at our own behavior. And I hope you root for the apes, because it means that you're engaging with those characters who the story is told from. It's told from their point of view. It was not intentional, because we literally, here's what you have to understand about this movie. It takes 3 years to write this movie. We wrote this script before President Trump was even a candidate for presidency. So it is a very strange coincidence that the war, that the subject of The Wall would be something that would be in the public discourse. But I will say that the intention and the genesis of it was that, for me, this story is it's sort of the completion of the legend of Caesar. He becomes an almost biblical character. So we were looking for the apes to be put into bondage and put to work in a way that was like the pharaohs, you know, having them work on the pyramids. And so that idea was actually rooted in a kind of mythic story. And it just so happened that it also now seems to resonate somehow in the world in a political way. Well, I can't tell you anything except that I'm incredibly excited about it. I mean, we literally, and the reason is because these movies are so challenging to make, and I have put everything into this movie, and we only finished a week ago. We haven't even started on Batman yet. So thank you for asking though.
Hay momentos en los que es necesario abandonar nuestra humanidad para salvar a la humanidad.
La historia del ser humano nos ha conducido hasta este momento. Si perdemos, este será un planeta de simios.